Hello there. Good morning. God bless. So, what's going on right now is there are these bad things happening. Children are getting shots, and rights are being taken away, and the economy's being looted, and our American legacy and history is being upended. And these are, I don't know, I think they're bad. And there's psychological warfare being waged on the people. And if we take a step back and look at it like there are problems in America created by people that make things worse, very simple statement, I think people would agree, then we have to recognize that these people aren't being checked, they're not being stopped, they're continuing to make these problems with and speeding up. And then human nature dictates that we react to that. We be upset or, find discomfort and complaint in that. Or, if we like it, yay, whatever. But the ones that are upset about this, they feel a need to lash out. The transference of dissatisfaction or anger. So the game is that the left finds their dissatisfaction and blames it on the right, and the right finds their dissatisfaction and blames it on the left, and then the power structure implements their agenda and ultimately is punishing both sides, and both sides are like, see, it's your fucking fault things are like this. Things would be fucking Shangri-La and Utopia if you just did what we're all supposed to do and played by the rules. And what that is it's turning, you see how it works, it's turning both sides against each other, and it's making the government or the control structure, the corporate inner circle, a de facto bad parent, a satanic ritual abuser. See, because we keep fucking up, because we didn't choose the right or the left correctly, and we're going to keep getting punished, and then the power structure wants us to feel like we're worthy of that punishment, that we deserve it. Look at our media, look at our entertainment. It's all about self-deprecation, self-debasement. They want us to hate ourselves so that we'll accept any alternative. So, what is the solution? Because I don't want to entertain as much as I want to hand a weapon. I want to empower my contemporaries and the youth. We have to prepare this world for the next generation. I won't be around to watch them in 100 years and any building named after me. Fuck that. The only thing that I can do is clean up the board game just enough and square away the pieces just enough so that the next generation has a chance. Because I'll never win this whole game and make it perfect forever. That's vain. That's pride. It's stupid. So the best that we can do is think 1 or 2 generations ahead. That's me just being pragmatic. So, we do have a giant undertaking upon us right now. Boy, is it a big one. You see, I hear guys talking about how we gotta get rid of government, and I do kind of agree with that, but, and I'm not gonna go into an anarchist splurge, but think about this. Government or no, countries or no, there is technology, power, resources, occult wisdom, methodologies, techniques, mysticism. There's all these things in this world that don't make us even keel. You want to talk about equality and fairness and all that, those fucking gay buzzwords. Well, is everybody equal and fair if only a few people know how to tap unlimited energy? Is everybody equal and fair with or without government if only a handful of people in the world know the cause and cure for cancer? You see, it's not just enough to remove the power structure. We have to disperse the power. And we do that by stick with me here. There is a group that is bonded together and unified, that is controlling the bulk, the mass of these resources in the world. So then there's everybody else. What we need to do is, I hate to say organize, but there has to be a leader that demonstrates for everything else to follow in response, the yin and yang, the polarization. And so the evil power structure is going to get wrestled by another pseudo-evil power structure when it needs to be wrestled by the rest of the world that doesn't want to dominate the world or use that power privately or personally. The goal has to be that there is leadership from the resistance, the gentiles, the goy, whatever, the sheep, and they have to fall in line behind not a person, but an idealization, a temporary structure that is motivated to mapping out all of these resources that control the population and nebulizing them or dispersing them or making them free access or locking them away forever or destroying them. But it can't be coveted. This knowledge it has to be accessible by everyone, or else the balance of power will always shift to the few. Now, some won't understand this, but then that's where our Christian fundamentals come in, is that we have to guide others that are disadvantaged. Now, if there's somebody out there that just doesn't give a shit about this technology and the history and the culture and the religion, but they still take care of themselves, God bless them, let them do their own thing. But the group that is going to take the mantle away from the evil has to be merciful and has to give it to everyone else. And then that's the demonstration that the rest of the world will follow, that moms and pops, neighbors, and all these folks, they're going to go, I do have access to everything. It's right there at my touch, as long as I'm willing to put the effort in and I understand the price. However, I see people around me that aren't that comprehensive, that don't have that wherewithal. You could say they have a lower IQ, you could say they're godless, whatever. But we are to shepherd them, not to... Who am I to judge? So anyways, what's going on in the world is that they want us fighting ourselves. You already know that. The people that they pick in government through faulty education and corrupt media and corrupt lobbying techniques is that we either get guys that are on board the evil Masonic corrupt system, or we just get buffoons. The ones that, they must be great because they got their job, so they think they know their hot shit. Well, I'll tell you right now, the agenda that's going on is worldwide. And the agenda has pushed some countries, like Kazakhstan, to civil revolt. They took, to violence, to internal warfare. And then you look at Canada, and those people are they're not known for being pretty upset, and here they are, they're being pretty upset, talking about how they want to hang Trudeau. Well, the same fucking agenda is going on in every country. Remember when they killed all those people, all the presidents in Africa, because they disagreed with the COVID narrative in the first year? This agenda is everywhere. So I don't care what city, state, county, country you're in, it's there. And the local leaders that you have fall in two categories. They're either A, sold out to Israel, or members of the Masonic/Jesuit Lodge, which means they have sworn an oath, or they're fucking idiots. They're incompetent fucking morons that are just going to ride the fence and put their fucking head in the sand and just take shit and be quiet until they have to speak up so that they can retire in a slightly larger house or drive a nicer car or get another girlfriend on the side or suck baby dick or whatever the fuck they do. The point is that all government has indeed failed us, all of it, everywhere. Then all of it does have to go. And that it's not just enough for it to disband, because people will gather, evil agents, evil parties will gather the power that they are clinging to and go in where there is this void of leadership and this vacuum of structure. So this has to be a avalanche of a movement that speeds up, where everybody that agrees on these basic core fundamental beliefs rallies and never pollutes or disenfranchises those core beliefs. It can't ever be sold out. It can't ever be politicized. Honestly, think about it. It can't be political. It has to be, I guess, existential, philosophical, and spiritual in nature, because it has to be relevant and resonant to the individual at the highest and deepest level. All right, I know I went really deep there, so let me reel it back in. Yeah, there's a big fucking fight coming, because they'll need violence to bring in the boot. But if we ride that wave of violence, not be the violence itself, but see that the violence is coming, and then ride that wave to climb the tree, to climb the ladder, to get to where the tools of influence and mass control and mass manipulation and the tools of scarcity are, that's where we need to get to. And who's to say where those are at? Okay, these are a little abstract, but the group has to rally on their core, I say Christian principles, but there's Confucianism, even there's some really decent Muslim beliefs too. If we can all get together and see eye to eye on these core issues, I'm telling you, it'll team up like something biblical. And then as we all gather together and fight and stand on the same principles, then those principles need to be, from the very beginning to the very end, about taking away power from corrupt and preserving the world, as in society in general, and the generation as best we can. We need to not fight our government, not fight the Jews, not fight the blacks, not fight the lizard people, no. We need to fight the control and consolidation of power. We need to go to where that power is and disperse it, ground it out, arc it out, so that everybody has access to that power. And then once everybody has access to that power, then it's going to be on one, the individual to govern themselves, which most won't. So then they will need some kind of father role. Well, that father role can't be a person, because that person will be the Antichrist. It needs to be heaven, a God-filled, heartfelt, loving society where we operate on a basis of principles and not dependency. You see, a true father would teach us how to grow up to be true fathers ourselves. And so we need to look for the father as an abstract or as a holy image, and not a political figurehead or a pundit. And then try to be the best father that we can be amongst other fathers that are our brothers, to be providers and protectors and defenders and educators of the next generation, hoping that they will be better fathers than us, following our father. I hope any of that made sense. I love you guys.